Hello there. My name is Jay. Now, I have a probability and statistics PhD from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and I'm here to explain to you why it makes more sense using probability and statistics to only use your crystals on hero summons and not weapon summons. Just kidding. None of that's true. In fact, I probably have the IQ of a potato, mashed peas, and fungus all rolled together. Actually, fungus is probably smarter than me now that I think about it. It does crazy things. But I do actually believe that you should only use the hero summons. You should never do the weapon summons. So if you disagree with my take, and you actually do have a PhD in mathematics, or anything interesting whatsoever to say about it, leave it in the comments below. Before we get into the math behind things and the general gist of everything, there's a couple things that we actually need to understand and we need to look at before we can truly get the big picture here. So let's do that now. So here we are in the shop. There's many things you can do here, but we're going to come down to this mileage area. So every time you do 10 rolls, you get 10 mileage. As you can see, I've done this about 18 times at this point. And if you get to 300, you can buy literally any 3-star, 5-star unique in the game that you want. There is nothing stopping you from doing that other than acquiring the mileage. So every 30 times you hit the times 10 summon, you get to choose one thing in the game that you want for free. A lot of people that I see online are telling you to roll for weapons, and then with your mileage, you go for the heroes. I suggest you do think about it the opposite way around. Now, the game gives you a very important currency in this game that's specific to hero units. And a lot of you already know it. It's this hero crystal. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see that for 10 hero crystals, you can get 40 of something like a knight, or if you wanted to get your vampire up, you could do that as well. But if you scroll all the way down, you'll start to see that the 3-star uniques start to come into play here at 20. So if you get 20 of these things, you can buy out all of the dancing archers that you want. Ta-da! Alright, to be honest with you, this concept isn't that hard to understand, but let's go to the summons and take a look. So here you see we have a summon pack. This is a banner increase, a summon up for Grand Admiral Marina. Now, not only is this the best unit in the game, but it doesn't really matter for this video. We're going to go look at this general summon hero page right here, just to make the statistics a little easier to comprehend. Now, we don't have to look anywhere further than right here. And the reason why we have these two circles is because there's just this one number difference right here, 27 and 26. So, there's only 3 different types of hero grades you can get, 1, 2, and 3, and they're broken down to 80%, 20%, and 2%, more or less. Now, there's 21 1% or 1 stars, 26 2 stars, and 10 3 stars. These numbers are important because you want as few of these as possible in order to get as many hero tickets as physically possible. So if there were a lot of these two, then that means that you're gonna have to do more initial rolls in order to get the additional hero tickets for this right here. And when you're doing these rolls, there's 2 things you want. You want hero tickets, or you want one of the 10 uniques. So 2% of the time, you're going to be getting a unique character, and the rest of the time, you're going to be getting hero summons. Now, that means that you have 1, or you're going to get a 1 or an 8 or a 50 if you get a duplicate. Now, the math breaks out a little differently depending on how many uniques you have. So over time, this number is only going to increase. But for the sake of right now, let's just assume this is 100%. So we'll go with the actual 80 and 20. So in this, we're going to do 0.8 times 1, 0.2 times 8. And we're going to add these 2 things together. So obviously the top one is 0.8, bottom one is 1.6, 2.4. And in these rolls, if you're doing a 10x, you get 10 of them. So 24. So in any given pack, you're either getting a 3-star or hero crystals. And hero crystals, you need 20 of them to get 40 shards of a 3-star that you want. So for every 10 summons, you get 40 shards. And as we've already explained, shards are incredibly valuable. Now let's compare this to the math of the weapons. So let's just look at this area right through here, okay? Now, ignore all this. Why are we ignoring this 3% here, even though it's a 5-star? Because literally any weapon in the game can be 5-starred. See, 172. It only goes up from here. Now, you have a 3% chance of getting one of the 24 items. And in banner specifics, that goes to 1% for the very specific thing that you want. So you have the individual rate of 0.13 to get any unique item. And of that, there's 24 of them. So in a general setting, to get the one specific item that you want, it's going to be a 0.0054% chance to get something like Armada or Mayrill, which obviously shows that if you desperately want to whale out and get the specific item, you should do it on their event times, because the chances of you getting the uniques that you want are vastly different. So, should you be rolling for any weapons? In my opinion, no. I mean, if you're going to spend money and whale out, sure, you could then go for a specific weapon, but since all you're going to be doing is getting the general mileage and a random 3% chance at one of the 24 unique items, 4 of which maybe you want or you're using because you're not doing the hero summons, it's better to just go get all the heroes and then get the specific unique items that you want later on, because there's actually a different way to get unique items in this game. Let's take a look. So how do you get to where you can get these unique weapons without having to spend any crystals? It's pretty simple. You go to inventory here, and so here's some of the weapons that I have. So let's go all the way down to the bottom here. Let's take this level 2 rugged gauntlet here. Pretty crappy item. See this enhance button? If you click that and you go to random evolution, you see that we have all of our 1-stars lined up here, and we can go to 2-stars. If we add one, we have a 50% chance of getting a 2-star item. So let's go ahead and add 2 and make it 100 and pay the 200 gold tax. And voila, we have a 2-star. Now, what if I told you it's gonna blow your mind? Okay, it's just gonna blow your mind. Let's take this shield. Oh my gosh, we can make it a 3-star. No way. So let's do that. 1 is 25, 2 is 50, 3 is 75. I wonder what 4 would be. Oh yeah, 100%. So pay the 400 gold tax, and voila, we have a 3-star. Ooh, a unique accessory at that. Go figure. So are you telling me that you could go from 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And am I also saying that there's a chance of getting a unique 5-star? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's about the same statistically as it would be to roll it. Now, it does actually take a lot of 4-stars to make a 5-star, but as you play the game, you can do it. And let's think about it from this perspective. Now, a lot of the logic that I see online is that you go for the weapons because you can come here to the evolution dungeon and you can do, say, this level 40 on auto repeat constantly, and you get a chance of getting this Tinea. I have a Tinea in my party, so I really want to get these Tinea shards to skill her up. Well, what about if we looked at it from the other perspective? We used all of our crystals to do rolls for heroes, then we used all of the heroic shards that we get to get 40 of these, and spending several hundred caffeine, coffee, whatever you want to call it, stamina to get one of these, because let's be honest, I did well over 200 the other day and got 4 of these Tinea shards. So you could use all of that caffeine that you'd be using on the item dungeon. And the item dungeon not only gives you the ability to get the necessary things to increase the level of the weapons you'll be rolling, you also can get a higher percentage chance of getting these weapons. Now, if you can do the last things, look at this. You can get quite a few bit of these weapons going, as well as some of the higher grade things. So what I suggest is you save all of those resources that you would be using to go grind for shards, and you do it for the item dungeon instead. And then you take some of the gold that you've made to level up your weapons that you do have, or you take all of the drops, which are 4 and 5 stars, by the way, so you don't have to go all the way from the bottom to the top, to go ahead and try to roll for the uniques. You're using a lot less stamina, and you have a better probability of getting what you actually want in the end. That's what I recommend for you guys to do. So let me know in the comments if you agree with this take. Until next time, take care.